What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got a review for you. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we got a new model from a new manufacturer that I've never checked out before on the channel, so I'm very pumped to check it out with you. We're taking a look at the Ferramonster Urban Grip. This is a very interesting model here. There's a lot to unpack with it, so I'm going to go ahead and just jump off from here. You're looking at a belt satin finished, polished finish. It's not quite static washed. M390 blade. You got titanium scales with a frame lock, titanium pocket clip, and your choice of carbon fiber inlays. I am an affiliate. The link is down below. I also have a code JD for EDC, which will save you 10% on your purchase, making these very affordable for what you're getting here. Very nice model. I did take it downstairs, do a little bit of cutting with it. It was very slicey out of the package. It has what I would call a solid factory edge. It's not the best I've ever seen, and it's far from the worst. Very slicey going through the materials, felt good, and it moved well through the cardboard as well. I took it through a lot of cardboard, trying to test to see what the M390 would look like when I got towards the end. Okay, in the pinch grip, you know, it is spear point-esque, so it did fine going through the draw cuts on the cardboard, on the table, and it was comfortable, not really noticing any sort of hot spots or anything like that. Afterwards, it cut through the paper just fine. I did strop it up later, you know, not that it needed it after the cutting, but I did strop it up later just to strop it up. Now, this one is a top flipper only, you guys. While I do think that makes it for a super clean profile, both open and closed, very minimal. That is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. They do have a couple of other models out there, and I'm trying to get those in to check them out. Unfortunately, I had to wait to get to those because of the fact that they didn't have enough for me to be able to check them out. Very good access to the lock bar here. I'm able to easily manipulate it. I had my Padre today, which is a little bit of a stiffer lock bar on that one, so I was pushing it in really fast and it was dropping a little fast on me. But this is a shaker, not a guillotine, and just very smooth. It was very smooth out of the box, but I did notice that the bearings looked like they didn't have a lot of balls on the cage. So I went ahead and upgraded to the skiffs right away, and they did have hardened washers in here against the titanium, but I just didn't want it to track against the steel or those washers, so I did immediately swap those out, even though, you know, they felt just fine. I would recommend the upgrade. It's worth it, you know, 12 bucks, huge upgrade. It's very smooth and very solid with the skiffs in there. But again, don't feel pressured to swap out from the factory bearings. I just personally really like that upgrade. Good clearance for the pocket clip. It goes all the way in, but I do notice it is catching for me right on the cutouts, excuse me, right on the relief cuts here for the cutout for the relief lock bar cutout relief. So it does catch a little bit there. I think what they could probably do to alleviate that, they probably could just angle it a little bit more and have it just be a little bit thinner at the tip, and I think it would catch a little bit easier. Going out of the jeans and my cargo shorts, I'm sorry, my khakis, no real issues. Every once in a while, if I'm pulling straight up, it comes out, but if I'm pulling and angling, I have noticed that it'll catch a little bit on the initial pull, and then as it starts to go, it'll stop. It's not really catching under the pocket clip. What's happening is with the teeth here, it's getting caught up on the edge, so the material is kind of catching as I'm pulling up. So a little different there. You got titanium back spacers. I don't think this has any relief cuts. I think they're solid, yeah, solid slabs of titanium, so no relief cuts there. Action, really good, nice detent, very well tuned for front flipper action. I can manipulate it all the ways. I did slip off there because the jimping is very aggressive, but it's tall. So what I'm realizing is, even though there's a jump right there on the top, if I don't go over and catch a little bit with the tip of my finger where it overhangs, I'll slip off there a little bit. So I can't quite get it just with that one jump. I got to get in front of it a little bit there. But it is very satisfying to fidget with. You know, normally I like multiple means of deployment if I have a front flipper. And I'll tell you honestly, I was thinking about doing a set of, oh, I don't have my bug out, a set of thumb studs here installed. I'd probably have to reach out to Sat2 to do that. But right here would be right behind the sharpening choil. If you catch it right there where the plunge grind ends. I don't know. I don't have enough leverage here. Let me try to do this carefully. I don't know that thumb studs. It'd be close. It would be really close right there if I try to do it on this flat spot. I think they would need to be right where that plunge grind comes all the way up to the top to clear everything. And even then it would be kind of tight. So not really sure that I want to do that. Just had some thoughts about it. Now the inlay work here is really well done. I do see just a small gap along the edge right there. I don't know if you'll be able to catch that on camera. It's very minor, just enough to where I can kind of pick up on the titanium with the tip of my nail. So it's almost like it's recessed. Right here, it's a little harder to get, but here I'm able to get it. I don't know if that's because of the way that it's recessed or if that's just the gap from where they try to match the inlay to the cutout there. Very nice that it goes out of both sides. I personally love the blue dark matter against the blue anno. I think it looks really good with the satin hardware and the satin blade, and it's very comfortable in hand. I felt no hot spots. Even with this catching the pants in the hand, it just lands in a really good spot for me. Even left-handed, not really noticing anything. If anything, I'm noticing the edge of the pocket clip slightly there. So it is very, very comfortable. Let's do some size comparisons. We'll weigh the knife and then we'll grade and dissect the grade. All right, we got my Spydercos out here. We have the Para 3 lightweight, the Manix 2 lightweight, and you can see the Ferramonster Urban Grip is a full-sized EDC. More slender, more gent-esque, obviously, than my Spydercos, but definitely very comparable. Actually, slightly longer than the Manix 2 lightweight. Let's grab a couple more. All right, we have the CJ RB Echo on the bottom. I constitute this more medium size. It's just a slightly longer knife than the Para 3 lightweight. And then the Militaw here from Kaiser, which I thought would be really good for a comparison because the Militaw also is a full-size knife, but you can see the Urban Grip is just slightly longer, but it has a very clean profile. Let's check it out closed up and then we'll weigh it. All right, here they are closed up, and you can see it is just much more narrow than both the knives on the table. It is slightly longer than the Militaw and the Manix 2 lightweight due to that flipper tab, but again, doesn't take up a lot of presence in the pocket. Let me grab the scale and we'll check the weight on this one. All right, scale is out and on. Let's see what the Urban Grip's coming in at, 3.8. I think that's a very respectable weight on this one. Not something that's going to be terribly heavy to carry to carry in the pocket. You're not going to really notice this, in my opinion. You know, anything under 4 ounces feels very lightweight. Anything under 3 ounces is ultra lightweight. Let me go ahead and move the scale and we'll wrap up. Before we wrap up, I almost forgot, this is mine. Let's check out that spine. All right, 3 whacks after lock reset because we're not batoning with it. We're just emulating a potential scenario of an accidental spine whack. I don't think repeated spine whacks imitate an accident on there, but very satisfied with the results. All right, let's get down to the scores. Okay, if you're not familiar with the channel, I grade on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the most perfect knife you've ever seen in your life. That's a very hard grade to get on my channel. I just want that full disclosure there. It's based off materials, build quality, performance, price. There are a lot of factors with the knife. Aesthetics, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. This one, you know, right out the box gave me really good vibes. I really like the aesthetics on this one a lot. And then the disassembly was very easy to do, very easy to get to the skiffs. They are 5mm, I believe it's 3/16 ball. Editor, you might have to correct me there. I do apologize. I think the build quality and fit and finish are very solid on this. I like that you're getting all titanium here on this one, and you're getting, multiple options. You're getting 4 options with this one. Again, they start at $288. With my code JD for EDC, you get 10% off. That'll save you some money. I think this is a very beautiful model. They have 2 other models out there. Hopefully along the way, I flashed it up on the screen for you to check out that I really, really liked. Very good lock bar access, as I mentioned. Very good jimping on that front flipper. A little bit of points off, very minor nitpick for multiple means of deployment. I think, a set of thumb studs would have really gone a long way. They would have gotten in the cut path just a tiny bit to have them, but I would have really liked to have that, because every once in a while I'll go for that reverse flick and I'm like, oh no, there's no studs. But very nice overall. I'm gonna go, I'm thinking 7.9. Very strong score for me on this one. I think build quality for the materials that you're getting on this one, fit and finish, the performance of the M390, really pleasant. I'm really pleased with it. It's really held its edge very well. Again, it is front flipper only, which is kind of a little bit of a small thing for me. It's not awful, but again, just like some bug out thumb studs here, probably would leave that, but it's not a big deal. The other thing to me that took away just a little bit, it is sharp right here where these relief cuts are. I don't know if they could have maybe knocked that down a little bit or just make it one big opening, but it does catch going out of the pocket, not necessarily going in, but out. It's kind of catching a little bit for me. Pocket clip is good. I would have loved to have seen them get that pocket clip up just a little bit higher. You could have probably got it to about there, maybe towards the top. I think they're trying to avoid that backspacer being in the way, but I think if they could have figured out a way to move that up a little bit, it would have helped some. It just looks a little odd to me that you have this big gap and then it looks like it's offset underneath that screw trying to come up. I think moving it back and centering it into this piece here would have just been a little bit of a better aesthetic cue for me. Very sterile knife, very small writing with the M390. I liked it a lot. This is one that I'm going to really enjoy hanging on to for me personally. It's a nice gents carry. I'm companion carrying this one with my Devo Tallboy and really liking that combination. And I just really like the aesthetics and the fit and finish and everything on there. For me, this is a really nice job. Again, everything that you're getting for the money, very solid here. And I have a code if you're interested in this or the other 2 models. Again, they have multiple options, and they have multiple options in the Urban Grip and other models that have multiple options as well. But what did you think about the Urban Grip, guys? I'm very curious. Let me know down in the comments below if you enjoyed on your way out. Do me a favor and hit that like. Definitely use those links if you're interested in this or any of the other knives that are linked down below. And if I have a code, it'll be right beside the descriptor of the site that the link takes you to. And you guys have been amazing, so thank you for using them. It's really helped out the channel. I mean, you guys are the coolest for using them. I mean, honestly, I'm humbled. I'm struggling to find words for you guys using those links. Special shout out to those channel members too. You guys also rule, man. Just again, humbled by the support. I love you all. I'm out of here. Have a fantastic week. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.